Hello, my name's Duncan and welcome to Back Away from Donkey Back Books. And this is number 2 of my shelf tour for 2025. I said it was inspired by Gavin at Genre Books, who did a really good one, and I need to do some sorting. I've got a new thing to be able to scan books, to be able to record them, and I just need to sort the stuff out. So, going from my shelves, I said last week I did a shelf, I'm trying to think over there, yeah, with just a bit of a random shelf. This one's mainly classics with a few odd ones chucked in, I think. There were some vague organisations. My dog's doing weird things down there. Okay, hopefully this video quality will be better than the last one because my eyes were all over the place, but I'm in more of my normal position today. And so we are going to start. If you find out, I have quite a lot of Oxford Classics and a mixture of Penguin Classics as well. I generally prefer the Oxford Classics because I just like the look of them and I just like them. And the quality of the text sounds good. Anyway, we will start off with Selected Poems of Tennyson, old Penguin classic. I love myself a bit of Tennyson. These actually old Penguins ones I really quite like as well, the old design Penguin classics. So yes, Poems by Tennyson. It's very good. Anyway, I think I'm going to pop them down there because I can't think anywhere else to put them. Sorry, rub my eye a second. A bit dusty. Penguin Classics. Death of King Arthur. Okay. It's a medieval French romancing. Good. Anything on Arthur. I've got a lot on Arthur because I like Arthur. Got a thing about King Arthur, so you can find there's quite a few bits on it. So, next one. Edgar Allan Poe. The narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym, which was one of his non-creepy stories, which is really good. There's actually a sequel to it that Jules Verne weirdly did it. Next one. H.G. Wells, Time Machine. Another Oxford Classics one. I love these. I think, who was it? Al was saying that he finds they fall apart, but I always find the bindings on them really, really good on the Oxford Classics. Never had any issues with them at all. Maybe he's just been unlucky. What are you doing, girl? Sorry. More dog interruptions. Another more Edgar Allan Poe one. Just selected tales. And this one is old Oxford one. This is, and we got things like Murders in the Rue Morgue, Goldbug, stuff like that. Keep going. H.G. Wells, War of the Worlds. Don't you like that cover on that one? They do a version of The Island of Morrow as well, which I keep meaning to pick up because that looks really good as well. So maybe one day. My dog's all looking confused today. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations. Never read this. I bought this a couple of years back. I'm going to read it and get down with the bros at one point. But yeah, I do keep meaning to read it at some point. I might see if I can get to it this year, but who knows? I'm intrigued to read it. Charles Dickens, Great Expectations. What can you say about Dickens? Great book. Love it. Myths of Mesopotamia. This is the Legend of Gilgamesh. All of it, and I said I really like this edition. I've got the Robert Silverberg, like historical fiction about it, which is really, really good as well, which I'll probably get to at some point. Jonathan Swift, Gulliver's Travels, which I quite like. It's okay. It doesn't blow me away. Another big Charles Dickens ones. This is Bleak House, and I've never read Bleak House. I keep meaning to. I can't remember what I picked up because I saw it for a reasonable price somewhere. Then we go to the classic that is Frankenstein, Penguin Classic of Frankenstein. It seems a lot thicker than normal. And there's huge amounts of forwards in this version. Forgot about that. Right, it seems a bit thicker. Another Haunting of Hill House, Shirley Jackson. Great creepy book. one of the Viking sagas, the Vinland Saga. It's quite a short one. This goes for, follows the Greenlanders and Eric the Red's. Eric the Red. It's quite a short one as the sagas go. Prisoner of Zenda. This is a Penguins classic as well. I got this because I was going to do my brain's gone, sorry. Michael J. Vaughan's. His Roger's Cheap Book Club. I was going to do one last year or the year before when he did The Prisoner of Zenda. So I picked the book up and I never had time to start it. So I need to read it still. I know he's got one on this year and I'm in 2 months to do it. It's very got time to read the books. And then we got this one is a biography of Mary Shelley, which I found locally in a charity shop, and I've not read it, but I will at some point. That's it. Oop. So, Stendhal, Scarlet and Black. I know nothing about this. I just found it and I picked it up. That's all I know. It's French, I think. Yeah, and then too much. I'm denied about whether to keep it or whether we're ever going to get around to reading it, but I don't know. Erskine Childers, Riddle of the Sands, which is a book that I keep trying to get around to reading, and I never do. It's a really good film with Michael York and Simon McCorkindale and Jenny Agutter in. But I keep meaning to read it. Erskine Childers is a really interesting guy as a writer. He wrote this, he joined the IRA. I think he was executed in the end. Fascinating life story. Ian Forster, Passage to Winter, India. There's another one I've not read of this lot. It's all going to fall on my little dog in a minute if I'm not careful. This one big on. Bernard Cornwell, Fools and Mortals. It's about putting on a play in London, and it is really good. It's a really, really good book. Get a chance to read it, read it. Douglas Reevan, Torpedo Run. I got this for free from our local library. They've been making some old books. I got a bunch of paperbacks of his as well. And this guy was an ex-Navy lieutenant, I think, and he wrote a bunch of these books, and apparently they're really, really quite good. So I think if there's do a booktube at War this year, maybe I should join in and read a couple of these. And Cervantes' Don Quixote, which I love, or as my friend used to call him, Don Quixote. Sorry, Don Quixote. It's good. If you've never read it, read it. It's good. It's one of these things that sometimes people recommend these classics, and you think, are they really as good as they say they are? Don Quixote is. It is really, really good. Okay, next is another bunch of books I've not read, but one of my local charity shops, I've got 2 or 3 of them. I went in there and somebody had obviously given up loads of their books. And among them was all their John Steinbecks. And I've never read any Steinbeck. And I still haven't, but these were in there. So we had, one in Penguin editions, The Red Pony. I thought maybe I'd start with The Red Pony because it's short. Then we have Of Mice and Men. The famous East of Eden. I've seen the film of East of Eden. And The Grapes of Wrath. Wrath. You know what I mean. Okay. The next one, which is lorded around here, is the Orkney Saga, which obviously I read because I live in Orkney and it goes around there. But this is actually, as the sagas go, they're not the easiest things to read, but they're well worth reading. This has got the only mention in any of the Viking sagas of what is known as the Blood Eagle, which, if you ever watched the program Vikings, was quite a grim way of torturing and killing people. Whether it's myth or whether it's real is another thing. And it involved cutting somebody's down the spine, it's quite gruesome. Okay, if you don't like gruesome, go away for 30 seconds. But yeah, cut them down the spine, open their back up, and then somehow they cut through their ribs, and then they pull their lungs out and put their lungs over their shoulders in front of them, and then they're tied up, spread-eagled until they die. But I would have thought you'd be dead before then. So whether it's just a myth or whether it's true, but the only mention of it is in the Orkneyinga saga. But it's great, and some of the descriptions are fantastic, and you've realised how far the Vikings actually went. We've got up the road here in Orfa. There's a Orkneyinga centre, and there's a centre there, and they've got all shows you where they all went and all about the history of it. And there's a big Viking boat in the grounds of it. Anyway, enough of that. Next one. A few books left. Nathaniel Hawthorne, Young Goodman Brown and Other Tales. I read a little bit of Daniel Hawthorne, not huge amounts, and I will probably get around to that at some point. Going to some science fiction, what I'm known for. This is called the SF Collection, and it's got some Rojas drawing on there, which is really, really bad painting for the artist, Alex Rojas, because the guy looks like his legs are sprayed outwards. I went in search of this because it's the only place I could find a published version that I could get hold of Philip Jose Farmer's. I'll read it out because I can never remember. Well, I can remember it. I always say it in the wrong order. Let's go down here. The Slice Crossed Only on Tuesday World. And I've done a video on that story. It's really good. It's part of it's one that he sort of got the idea for his Day World novels. And this has got some of the stuff that I've got in other places. The Mortal Immortal, Mary Shelley. Clock That Went Backward, Edward Page Mitchell. It's got things like The Ship Who Sang, Anne McCaffrey. We Can Remember It For You Wholesale, Philip K. Dick. A couple of Bob Shaws. Yeah, just stuff that you find in a lot of things. I Have No Mouth and I'm a Scream, which I must have a copy of in about every anthology I've ever got. They have got a William Gibson one in here for a change, and Bruce Sterling Swarm, and C.J. Cherry, Cassandra. So it's got a few bits, but yeah, it's just a general SF collection. But the reason I got it was for that Philip Jose Farmer story, because I was in search of it, and it is not published in many places at all. So, wrong place there. So I've stopped throwing them down on the floor now. Okay, another Arthur one. Mallory's Lamont Darth. Nice old Oxford Worlds classics, which I love. These older ones. Actually, I think I prefer these older ones to the new ones. It's not just me being weird. And then I also picked up a copy because I found it locally, and I thought, probably read it at some point. Was the World Classics of the Quran, spelt as the Quran and not spelt correctly, but how it was Anglophiled. But this translation of it is the Arthur J. Arbery translation. Apparently, there's a lot better translations of it, but I quite find the religious texts incredibly interesting. So at some point, I am probably going to delve into this, just because I find religious texts quite interesting. I keep meaning to get hold of a copy of the St. Augustine's The City of God as well, but is that everything? I think I may have shown you everything by now. Double check. Yes, so that's shelf 2. Next one, shelf 3, is going to be, I'll probably do that shelf up there, which has got a few bits of, well, half of it anyway, which is going to have a bunch of Stephen King, a load of Star Wars, and some Ed McBain, I think, might be up there as well by the looks of it. So we will do that one as well as my next one. So anyway, I will speak to you very soon, and I hope you're enjoying this sort of delve around the books in this room. As I said, in last week's one, I've got shelves. What this room is basically an officey spare room thing, and I've got shelves on 1, 2, and an art desk that I do my art on, and computer stuff. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big shelves, and I said it's probably around about individual shelves. It's going to be between 20, if I do one a week, about 25 weeks ish. I said I've got some stuff in other rooms and stuff, but I'm probably just going to stick to this room. Anyway, I am rambling on. So I will speak to you all very soon, and I'm going to hopefully regularly put these out on Fridays is what I'm going to aim for. So I put the last one out on Friday, so I will do this. I'm recording this on Saturday morning, but yes, I think a Friday could be a good one. Anyway, Thanks very much for watching, and I will speak to you all very, very soon.